It's lovely to be with you again. I wonder if you have been watching Britain's Got Talent. I wonder who's going to win this year. There's certainly lots of talent to choose from. There's dancers and singers and musicians and comedians and magicians, and there's even a sing and sign choir, Sign Along With Me. Of course, we're all good at something. We all have talents, and sometimes we use that talent to help someone, or maybe just to cheer someone up. And sometimes we call our talents gifts. I'm sure there are lots of talented people at your school. Now, I remember one day I came up to visit Carnoustie Primary School, and the Primary 1 class, they signed Love Shine a Light in Makaton for me. And you know, it made me cry, but they were happy tears, of course. There are lots of talented people in our church, people who can sing and people who can play a musical instrument and people who can come and tell a story, sometimes to make people laugh, or maybe just to make them forget their troubles for a while. And do you know that Jesus loved to tell stories? Sometimes he told stories that had an important lesson. A simple story, but it had an important lesson. And those kind of stories we call parables. And I have a parable to tell you now, and I want you to listen carefully and see if you can find out what the lesson in this parable is. The story is called The Parable of the Talents. Once upon a time, a rich man was going on a journey. He had lots and lots of money, but it wasn't possible for him to take all his money with him on the journey. So he called his 3 servants to him and left them in charge of the money. Now, in those days, the word talent was used to mean a sum of money. To the first servant, he handed 5 talents of money. To the second, he handed 2 talents, and to the third, he handed 1 talent. He asked them to look after his money for him. Then he went off on his journey. The first servant took the 5 talents and went to trade with them. He did so well, he had soon doubled the money his master had left him with. The second servant also traded his money, and he too soon doubled his money. The third servant thought, suppose I try to trade with my money. I might lose it all. Anyway, it's such a small amount, it doesn't really matter what I do with it. But just in case I lose it, I'll keep it safe. I know, I will hide it. And he went away and dug a hole in the ground with a spade and buried his talent there. A long time went by, and the rich man came back from his travels. He called his 3 servants to him. The first servant said, "Sir, here are your 5 talents you gave me, and here are another 5 talents that I have earned for you. Here are 10 talents. The rich man said, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been trustworthy over a few things. Now I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share my happiness." The second servant came and said, "Master, I took the 2 talents you gave me and earned 2 more for you. Here are 4 talents. And the rich man said, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been trustworthy over a few things. Now I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share my happiness." The third servant came forward and said, "Sir, I was afraid in case I lost the money, so I hid it in a hole in the ground. Here it is." The rich man was very angry with the third servant. In all the time I have been away, you have done no work for me at all, you lazy servant. You could have at least put my money in the bank and it would have earned interest." And then the rich man took the 1 talent away from the third servant and gave it to the servant who had 10. And then he sent the useless servant away. I wonder if you know what the lesson was that Jesus was teaching. Well, Jesus was saying that we all have talents, gifts, things that we're good at. Some people are good at cooking and make wonderful meals that feed people. Others love animals and look after them well. Some are good at sport and can entertain people. Others can play a musical instrument or sing. And to have talent or gifts is wonderful, but we're not meant to keep our gifts hidden. We're supposed to use them to help others. So whatever your talent is, I hope that you use it and don't hide it away like that lazy servant in the story. And maybe one day when we're all back together again, you can come to church and share your talent with everyone. Or maybe we can have one of those amazing school concerts. Oh, I am so missing the school concerts. I'll be back soon with another story. Until then, stay safe. God bless.